Today I'm going to show you how to work out how to add a whole number to a mixed number. Before we start, let's remember that a mixed number is a whole number with a fraction. So 4.5 actually means 4 plus 1/2. So we can rewrite this problem as 3 plus 4 plus 1/2. So if we look at just the two whole numbers first of all, 3 plus 4 we know is 7. And then we have to add on our 1/2. So we write our answer as 7.5. We'll look at a question now that involves two mixed numbers. So we have 2 and 1/2 plus 5 and 1/2. Remembering that this is actually 2 plus 1/2 and 5 plus 1/2, we can rewrite this so it makes it a little bit easier for us. So 2 plus 5, so we're going to put the two whole numbers together, plus 1/2 plus 1/2. Which means we've put the two fractions together. So we know 2 plus 5 is 7, and 1/2 plus 1/2 makes 1 whole. So 7 plus 1 is 8. I'll show you one more question and then I want you to do a few yourself. So 6.5 plus 10.5, let's rewrite that again, putting the whole numbers together. So 6 plus 10, and then we can put the fractions together. So 1/2 plus 1/2. So 6 and 10 is 16, plus 1/2 and 1/2, well we know 2 halves are 1 whole, so that's plus 1 equals 17. I want you to pause the video here and have a go at these three questions on a piece of paper. So number 1 is 3 plus 9.5, number 2, 10.5 plus 2, and number 3, 5.5 plus 7.5. So let's work through the first one. 3 plus 9.5. So we add our whole numbers together. So 3 plus 9, and then we need to add on our half. So we know 9 plus 3, or 3 plus 9, is 12, plus 1/2 equals 12.5. 10.5 plus 2. So let's put our whole numbers together first of all. So 10 plus 2 plus 1/2. So 10 plus 2 is 12, and 1/2 is 12.5. And number 3, 5.5 plus 7.5. So let's put our 5 plus our 7 together, and then 1/2 plus 1/2. So 5 and 7 is 12, plus 1/2 plus 1/2. Well, we know 2 halves are a whole, so 12 plus 1 is 13.